Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing good. What's up? What's up? What's up, Shark Tacos, Mr. Piblianos, Jason, Dutch Vonderlind, Brian, what's up, bro? Drew, Matt the Vulture, Brar, T, Michael, what's up, everybody? Jane, are you invited to my wedding? Absolutely not, Jane. YouTube B says, will you ever do a live trading session, and is the Prime link still valid to join your Discord? Yes, use the Prime link. Sponsors of these videos, Prime XBT, shout out to the team. Use that link in the description of this video or any of my YouTube videos. Sign up, deposit some money. Make sure you input code Mayne50 before you deposit to get a deposit bonus. Send me proof that you've done that, and I will let you into the Discord. It is free. Doesn't cost you anything. There's no monthly subscription or anything like that. In terms of live trading, I've done it before. The problem with that is I have to be recording at the exact time I enter, I guess. Like, I'm not a scalper really, right? So like I could be on my computer for 3 hours and not do anything, right? Whereas, live trading, someone might record them trading a session, right? If, I just set limit orders last night, got filled, got paid, right? I wasn't even on screen. But yeah, maybe in the future, I don't know. I always have wanted to try and refine my scalping, but it's not my forte. I'm just better at higher time frame. I don't know. SBF in shambles. We saw FBF in shackles actually today, which is great. So very happy to see that he is in jail. They denied him bail. Looks like they're charging him with a whole lot of shit. They're going to throw the book at him, and I hope he stays in prison for the rest of his life. I hope he dies in jail because that's what he deserves for defrauding millions of people out of hundreds of millions of dollars. And inevitably, I'm sure someone somewhere has hurt themselves, like literally killed themselves or something based on what he's done. So good riddance. I hope he testifies and they lambast him for all the bullshit he's been saying. But it is frustrating watching the congressional hearing because you can tell the majority of these congressmen and women, they have no fucking idea what crypto is, what blockchain is. Like, it's the same type of conversations I have with my aunt at like a family dinner being like, so what is that one, the Doge coin, the Doge coin? Like, that's the level of understanding these people apparently have. And these are the people who are supposed to be regulating this motherfucking shit. So I think the unfortunate downside, outside of me losing a bunch of money and many of you losing a bunch of money and prices dropping and all that bullshit, is that the government will probably use Sam and this whole FTX debacle as a cudgel to beat down crypto in America with regulation. And if it's bad in America, that's bad for everyone, right? America's a huge economy, obviously. And bad for me living in Canada. As you saw, Canada just said they're banning leverage trading and derivatives. So I think the government is going to use this as a cudgel to, regulate the fuck out of crypto. I wouldn't be surprised if we're, I'm tinfoil hat on. I'm of the mindset that we're headed towards a cashless society, not by our choice. But the government wants to control not just where you go, who you see, what you do, where you work, but they also want to control how you spend your money. Not only do you have to give them a bunch of it for taxes, but if they can introduce a central banked digital currency, a CBDC, they can now choose where you spend your money. Have you been a bad little citizen? Is your social credit score not very good? You've left the water running while you were brushing your teeth? We're going to dock you some social credit points, and your money's no longer good at the liquor store. You can only use it to buy groceries. Or, hey, we saw that you spent too money doing this. They can freeze your money just that much more easily. And I think the UK was introducing some legislation about banning large cash transactions over $10,000. Cash is truly the only untraceable currency, right? Cash is untraceable. Crypto, it's all on the blockchain, right? So a blockchain-based, central banked digital currency, very scary stuff. But tinfoil hat off. Let's talk about how smart and handsome I am. because that's what we love to do. Because I am both smart and so very, very handsome. Still rich, not quite as rich as before, but still smart, handsome, and a little young, getting old. And I feel it. Right now, it's like peak winter here in Canada. It's December. It's dark out at 4 o'clock. It's dark when you wake up. It's dark at 4 o'clock. Like, there's barely any sunshine. It's cold as shit. It's going to be minus 10 Celsius in Vancouver next week. That's cold. That's really fucking cold. And it's depressing. I definitely get the seasonal depression thing. Like, that happens to me for sure. I get a little bit of seasonal depression. I'm lazy. I don't want to do anything. I think we got scammed. I think as mammals, we were supposed to actually hibernate during the winter, and they scammed us into having to work still. We should have a few months off to just relax. But yeah, so I'm sorry if I haven't been as consistent with uploads. I know the market structure video. I'm a bad procrastinator, and I haven't been in the best mental state with the whole FTX shit. I've just been not super motivated. I'm trying to be, but it's been hard, and I haven't done it. I've got the start of the outline going. I got to finish that, and then I just got to buckle down for an afternoon and record it. So I'm hoping I can do that maybe tomorrow or the next day, and I appreciate you guys' patience. But yeah, so let's pump these likes up, guys. We got 268 viewers, 39 likes. Let's get those numbers up. What's up, DC Sniper? What's up, Crypto Creed? Fire Fear, Izzy, Lincoln. What's up, everybody? New Creation, what's up, bro? Yeah, exactly. Oh, you gave your friend $30? We're going to need to tax you on that. It's no different than, the government being like, hey, you Venmo or PayPal anyone more than $600? We need to see you report that on your taxes. But this guy defrauded millions of people out of billions of dollars. Like, we're not too worried about that. They're more worried about you, right? That's what they're hiding. Those 85,000 IRS agents are not to go after guys like Sam. They're to go after you and me. Okay. A well-dressed ape says, decent looking, no mustache help. Well, a well-dressed ape, how about you post your picture on the internet? And we'll let the internet decide if you have even the ability to determine if I'm super handsome or not. Because I have evidence. I have tons of evidence of people telling me how handsome and smart I am. And I've never heard of you before. No one knows what you look like. So, maybe those, in a glass house should not throw stones, my guy. Probably look like an ape too. Okay. Yes, I don't use FTX anymore. If you go to FTX, I think it just diverts you to the bankruptcy page. Do I have to move out of Canada to just trade? I'm not sure exactly what the situation is with that yet. But when I know more, I will let you guys know, obviously, because I am Canadian. Patek versus AP versus Rolly. Well, I have all three. So I love them all. I probably wear my Rolex the most, probably because it's the most inexpensive, is the daily driver. I love my AP. And I love my Patek. I love all three of them. They're all awesome. All right, what's good on Twitch? I see you guys over here. Okay, so hello, Mayne. I hope you're doing good. I am, thank you. How are you? I'm good. And what do you find about arbitrage bots that write our own Python? I have no idea. I have no idea what that is. I imagine arbitrage bot, maybe you're buying and selling because there's arbitrage between prices of the same asset on different exchanges. I don't know how to write those. I don't know how much money they make. I don't know anything like that. So wrong guy to ask. This guy says, can you see my hairline? Sure. Can you see it? The lighting's not very good. You happy? weird request, but I will oblige. Anything from my fans. Okay. I join your Prime with your link. What do I do to join your Discord? DM me on Twitter a screenshot of you joining Prime with my link, and I will let you in. All right, so let's talk about the markets here before I go back to the chat. So pretty happy. Again, another successful trade. So I actually, let me see if I can pull this up here. Am I going to dox myself with any of this? I don't think so. So yeah, I've been using CoinMarketMan here to track some of my trades. So what I've done is I've actually hooked up through API my Bybit account. I'm using Bybit for this trading because that's one of the only exchanges available on here. Prime is not available. BitGet is not available. For those asking, I've always had money on multiple trading exchanges, okay? I've got money on Binance. I've got money on Prime, obviously, right? If you want to follow my gold, silver trades, my commodity trades, or my equities trades, do that on Prime. I have money on Bybit. I have money on KuCoin, right? Because different tiers of exchanges have different assets, different instruments, different levels of liquidity, right? So I have money on multiple exchanges, but this is a trading account that I started on Bybit with the intention of turning, I think I started with $25,000, I believe. Am I going to dox anything with this? Fuck it. I'll show you guys the numbers. I don't even care. But this is not updated. I'm just updating it right now. But what I've done is I've hooked up with APY. And what I'm going to try and do is turn this $25,000 into hopefully a couple $100,000. And what I'll do is I will share all of it, APY verified, so you can see all of the history, every single trade. There's no way to cheat the APY. It pulls the data directly from the exchange. And I'll be able to kind of share with you guys. Yeah, see, it says it's updated, but this isn't right because I'm like, that's just not right. I have more money than it's showing here. There we go. Here. So let me just see. Is this going to fucking dox me? Is my name anywhere here? I don't think so. Okay. So what this does is it pulls directly from the Bybit website, right? And it has all of API, excuse me, I keep saying APY, it's API. So the idea here is I put 25 grand in here like not very long ago, like maybe 4 or 5 days ago, 6 days ago. And the goal here is to trade this up to at least 100 grand, which would be a 4x on the initial balance, and maybe more. But all of the trades that I'm taking here are going to be ones that I discuss with you guys. So ones that I post on Twitter, ones that I post in Discord, ones that I post that I talk about in stream. So the idea here is, one, some transparency. So you guys can see what it's like, that there's actual proof. It's not me just pulling shit out of my ass. I mean, I believe you guys watching me for long enough know that I know what I'm doing because I've been posting these trades for so long and getting all this shit right. But I'm not trying to, but I want you guys to see that there's going to be losses, there's going to be wins, there's going to be some periods of drawdown. But I hopefully after I, 3 or 4x this account, it'll be a nice little lesson where I can do an entire video and go over all the trades that I took and that kind of thing. But it's a good platform, Coin Market Manager. It's got a journaling function where you can actually enter the exact trades you're taking, and it will give you all sorts of data. What was your risk-reward averages? What was your strike rate? Blah, blah, blah. And it will also plug into your API so you can have that verifiable, evidence I actually took these trades, right? So the reason I did 25,000 is a couple things. One, I don't want to have a ton of money on exchange right now because of all the uncertainty that's going on, right? So I didn't want to have, I didn't want to put 500K on here and start trading that up. Two, a little bit of a challenge for me, starting with a smaller balance and trying to run it up. It's something I haven't done in a long time. I'm usually trading with a much larger balance. And three, I think this is a much more realistic example for you guys. If I'm showing you trades on $1 million account, that's harder to relate to for the most people. But a $25,000 account, I think, is much more attainable. So I want to show you guys what's possible by just stacking up wins on a basic account. Nothing insane, right? So there's been 9 trades on here. This is a little misleading because this was an old Binance Bybit account that I uploaded this on. So it actually had like 2 little shitty trades from 2020 that are losses that are showing in this win-loss total. So actually it's been 7 trades. 6 of them have been won and only 1 of them have been lost. But unfortunately it's API, so I can't get rid of those 2 trades that aren't part of this actual journey that I'm on. But the balance started was 25 grand. It's sitting just under $30,000 as you saw there. And I'm going to be trading this until it's at least 100K. And then I'll probably do a video on it. And we can go over it. And I just want you guys to see what's possible, right? Like you can take 25K and you can turn it into more doing what I do systematically. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't even have to take that many trades. All right. So, so let's talk about the actual trade that I took here. So, I mean, as you guys know, we've been crushing, absolutely crushing this entire area. Crushed this, called for this dip, long this dip, right? So on Sunday or Saturday, I tweeted out, hey, I think we're going to see a dip to run some lows. Before continuation to the upside. This was here. I tweeted that out. Boom. Sunday night going into Monday, we got that dip into where? The discount of this range. So here's your price swing. We're now below the 50% into that bullish 1 hour order block, right? Printed a bunch of low time frame entries here that you could have gotten in on. Moved away. Boom, right? Into where? This area of resistance. I said this distribution here, right? We had that kind of double confirmation here. This is going to be potentially resistance. We consolidated here. I said, okay, CPI is coming tomorrow. Expecting some volatility. So the question was, what are we going to see for CPI? Is it going to be bullish? Is it going to be bearish? Are we going to see a move to the upside, to the downside? Is there going to be some sort of Darth Maul candle? And I told you guys my target is this, 18.2. Still haven't hit it, right? But that was my upside target for price. So knowing that, I think the draw is still to the upside. That gives you your bias for the low time frame. And I posted about this in Discord, and this is why it's super important. Trading is like a puzzle, right? There's many pieces that need to fit together, right, for it to work. One of those puzzle pieces is your bias. Are we going up or down? Another puzzle piece is your entry trigger, right? Do you know an entry trigger that you know how to actually get in the trade and where to put your stop loss, right? Another part of the puzzle is going to be the psychology aspect. And there's all these different pieces of the puzzle that, boom, they go together and there's your trading system. But one of the most difficult things to do, in my opinion, is to figure out the direction. And it sounds silly. It sounds basic. Oh, is it going up or down, right? It's the most basic question. Do I buy or do I sell? But it is the most important question. Because if you can figure out your bias, to me, the way the puzzle works is the bias is like the base that you then build on top of. Because if I know that my bias is to the upside, all of my decisions after that are based on knowing that my bias is to the upside. So when I told you guys that, hey, I still think we trade higher on equities and higher on Bitcoin, right? That means when we're watching, even though it was CPI, even if it wasn't CPI, I'm looking for reasons to get bullish. And all of my tweets yesterday said the same thing. I'm not sure what the setup's going to be yet, but I'm looking for reasons to get long Bitcoin, Ethereum, and equities. All three of those things played out. So Bitcoin, I offered 2 setups. Okay, I said setup number 1. Basically, it's a break or play, a reclaim. I said you're longing it right now, right? Maybe it pulls back a little bit deeper, and it did. It pulled back into this fair value gap just a tiny bit, right? But I said we're basically playing this as a breaker, right? So that move that we called on Sunday night, there's your run of the lows, break above, retest. Your risk is the deviation. That was trade number 1. And I posted this with the risk reward tool and everything, right? In the video that went up yesterday. So that paid out, what is that? 3R? 3R with the final target being at 18.2. So at this point, your stop should be at break even, and you should definitely have taken some profit off the board, right? But that's basically no drawdown on that trade. So beautiful trade. I said the other option was a deeper pullback, and we run these lows, okay? And then I'm looking to get long, maybe down here, right? That was the second trade idea, was a deeper pullback. But I didn't know which one it was going to be. You don't know. I can plan to buy here, right? This is obviously a sweeter buy. Price is much lower. If I still think we're bullish, if we came all the way down here, that's a way bigger trade, right? But what if we don't come all the way down here? You still need a plan for if we don't get that deep pullback, right? Sometimes you get those people who draw those squigglies. Oh, it's going here. We'll do this. We'll do this. While I think that can be kind of a bit of a cop-out, being like, okay, well, you've mapped out every situation. Trading is based on if-then scenarios. If we pull back below these lows, I'm looking to long around here. If this, then this, right? And in this instance, I said if we pull back shallow, right? And the confirmation was right here. It couldn't have got more obvious. Big wick into the fair value gap, closed bullish as an SFP. So if that isn't your signal to say, okay, I think that this trade is a good trade, I need to take it, right? This is telling me that this is support. There's the reaction. There's the bullish reaction at the level, right? Get the fuck on. Get the fuck on board. And that's exactly what happened. Bang, I ended up taking the trade on Ethereum. But it was the exact same setup, okay? And again, you could zoom in on the low time frame here. You could get in on like the 5-minute, right? Whatever the fuck you want. There's a bunch of setups that formed here, right? Here's your little 5-minute fair value gap right here. Like there's all the pieces of the puzzle were given to you. Sometimes I give you the bias, I give you the setup, location, I give you all the shit, but I don't give in this instance, I gave you even the entry. Like I posted the risk reward tool. So, when you're asking, hey, can you do live trading? I literally uploaded a video. I said, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Here's exactly where I'd enter. Here's exactly where I'd put my stop. And here's exactly where I'd take profit. I don't know what else I can give you. That's everything, right? I gave you the whole kit and caboodle. So hopefully some of y'all made money on this trade because it played out perfectly. Go watch the video last night and then watch this video and you can see, called it in advance, right? So as much as I'm doing this API thing because I think it's cool for transparency, I give you guys the juice. I post the charts, I do the follow-ups, every fucking week, right? So I think overall, there's still room for upside. The one scary thing is, well, there's a few scary things. Equities and the dollar are getting worrisome for me. So I would love for us to trade back into, this range up here. Absolutely. Right? So we're trading back above this wick here now, right? Which is great. We still got some room up here before we can get back into this larger range, right? But unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to be that easy, right? Like this could just end up being a big bearish retest that happens up here. I don't know. But I'm hoping we at least trade towards 18.2 and then I'll kind of reassess. Maybe we trade higher. Maybe we trade to 19. I don't know. If we're able to get above 19.20, I think that sets us up for a much larger rally, right? We have a ton of uncontested highs here, right? Whereas if we're able to get back above 19.20, I think this thing could go on a ripper towards the mid-20s, even higher. That being said, that would require the dollar to fall further and equities to continue to rally. And equities have been rallying for 2 months straight. We didn't get to experience the giga rally on equities. I genuinely think we'd be trading up here right now if it were not for the FTX things. But instead, dollar dumped, equities ripped, bonds dumped, right? Metals ripped, crypto dumped. It was out of pocket. We should have ripped with everything else because everything was setting up. But the FTX thing happened and we dumped. So we didn't get that rally, right, that equities had. But the problem is the equities is like this right now. It's been doing this for 2 months. If this is still a bear market and we're going into a recession and inflation isn't going down yet, well, guess what? If this thing fucking breaks down, crypto's breaking down as well, right? So I don't know how high this is going to go. My initial target is 18.2. I would like to see higher, but I am aware that equities could top in the next couple days and dollar could rally hard and all of this could come crashing down. But my initial target is still this high here. And then we'll see. Maybe we get that push and then we get a deeper pullback. I don't know. But I'm very happy with how the trade played out, the planning, all of that shit. It worked out perfectly. Ethereum, I'm just going to glance over because it's the exact same, right? We took this initial long here, bang, right? Second long, same plan, right? I said either deeper into this, right? 1200 to 1220, or breaker play, shallow pullback, right? Break below this floor, reclaim, same thing. Very deep wick, filled in this fair value gap, closed bullish, risk is here, right? Target 1, and then ultimately Ethereum, right, took out its range high, I think. Let me just double check here. Did it take it out or just shy? Just shy. But the range high on Ethereum was here, 1350, right? If Bitcoin gets another push, my next area of interest for Ethereum would probably be this gap here. From here to here. Extend that out in time. So we've traded into it a little bit. A deeper push into this gap towards 1400. If Ethereum, if Bitcoin, equities, everything gets that one next leg, that's where I think Ethereum can go. But same idea, right? Everything played out perfectly. The setup was money. I took the trade. I made the money. I cashed out. I collected the money. That's it. I don't care. I don't care about what happens next. This move could fully retrace. I don't give a fuck, right? I'm just now looking for the next trade. What is the next trade? So ideally, what I want to see on Bitcoin and Ethereum is maybe one more push up across the board and then distribution. This could be the end of this rally. I don't know yet. I think we're going to have to look at the dollar and equities for some clues. But I'm hoping one more push up, and then I'll look to potentially get a short for a move back down. Okay? But very happy with, it's Tuesday. I've already made enough money that I don't need to take another trade for the week, right? But we've got this new 12-hour range here on Bitcoin. It won't confirm until this next candle closes because we need that 3-candle swing. Right, but now we've got a very clear area here, right? We've got this 12-hour fair value gap. We've also got this bullish order block here. Where is it? Near the bottom of the range. So maybe we get, maybe we get one more move to the upside and then we pull back into here. And then maybe another leg up. I don't know. But again, I'm not trying to predict 2 moves. I'm just trying to predict the next one. And so what I'm hoping is something like this, right? Could get short here and then potentially long here, depending. I don't know yet. Still too early to tell. But this is kind of what I'll be watching, is this new 12-hour range here. And it's the same thing on Ethereum, right? We've got a new 12-hour range from here to here forming. And we got, obviously, some bullish order blocks here down at the range lows in the discount. So we're going to wait and see what happens here, right? Too early to tell, but very happy for catching the initial leg. The volatility was just nice. It was nice to finally have a move, right? We were in this shitty little range for like 2 weeks almost. Okay. Hi, your friend from North BC. What up, Amish Jane? Hey, Crypto Paradigm. How you doing, homie? How can Mayne be homophobic? It's impossible. My bitch is gay. Love you, Edge Hunter. Where are you spending New Year's? I don't know yet. Usually I go to the ski hill and I'll spend it up, with my family or my brothers at least, at the ski hill. But I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm in Netherlands and they want bankers to monitor transactions above 100 euros. That is crazy. What's up, pepperoni face? You're welcome. Will you stream earlier for people in Europe? I'll try. I was supposed to today, but then I noticed XO was streaming when I was about to go live, and I didn't want to overlap. Ready for the spaces with BitBoy, I guess. I don't know why Bags wants me on there. Am I supposed to play nice or am I supposed to be a dick? I don't know. Are you active on Discord? Yes? I don't know. What the fuck kind of question is that? So CPI was cool, but what about neck gains? I am going to the gym after this. So something I want to touch on here. I'll go through the chat a little more, and then I'm going to show you guys a cool website. Yeah, I don't care if it shows the account balance. Can you please do a step-by-step video on how to trade? Jane, no. No, I can't. I'm not going to step-by-step for free walk you through how to trade. I am confident that I have shared more of my edge with explicit explanations through streams, videos, and my Discord and on Twitter than anyone else. I believe that. I know Crypto Cred is great. He's done a ton of great educational videos, right? On entry techniques, all sorts of shit. SZ does a ton of great streams. XO. I show you guys my literal entry pattern. Exactly how I enter over and over and over again. I show you exactly how I mark up the charts. I show you exactly what I do, right? The thing is it doesn't matter how much I show you it. I have a video on ranges, on order blocks, and on my main price action concepts. All 3 of those videos combined is my strategy. The difference is I've put thousands upon thousands of hours in front of the chart, doing it over and over and over again, taking trades, journaling. That's why it works for me. The reason it doesn't work for you, Jane, is because you're asking questions like this. The content is there. Go put in the work. Right? And that's why I don't worry about edge erosion. Everyone's like, aren't you worried your edge is going to stop working if you start sharing it? No. Most people don't fail trading because it's hard. They fail trading because they don't want to put in the work. That's the hard part. Putting in the work. Learning how to draw on the chart is not hard. Literally the next comment. I've 5x'd my trading account just by watching your videos and using basic concepts like ranges, OBs, breakers, and market structures. Thank you for all the free education, handsome Mayne. Be more like Hoang Tran Hui, Jane. Be more like her or him or it or they or them or zer self. I don't know. Whatever their pronoun is, be more like them. Okay? Good for you. That's amazing, 5xing your account. Drew Durant, thanks, brother. Do you consider 25K as your total trading port size for the account or higher port size but you're only keeping 25 on the exchange? So I am using a more aggressive risk palette where I'm risking sometimes as much as 10% of the account on a given trade. But the risk parameters are based on the balance of that account. So it started at 25K. Now the account's at 30K. So if I risk 10%, the risk is $3,000. Good question. Do you have an affiliate link for CoinMarketMan? Great question. I'm in talks with the founder and creator of CoinMarketMan right now. So if you want to get CoinMarketMan at a very severe discount, a very cheap price, just give me a few days or a few weeks to finalize this agreement, and anyone who follows me and uses my link will get a better deal than paying for CoinMarketCap on your own. So if you want the platform, the website access, just wait a little longer. I got something in the works. Yes, the API is read-only. I'm not trying to get Coin Mamba'd out here. Yes, I will cover SPX. That's next. The account is using 10x leverage, but again, leverage is irrelevant, guys. You guys know this already. I sound like Alan Alda. I don't even know who that is. I never watched MASH. Jane, you writing the same question over and over in capitals is not making me want to fucking respond to you. And your questions are also all so fucking dumb. It's like infuriating. Like, you ask stuff that I've answered over and over and over again. If you just took the time to go watch some of the videos, you wouldn't need to ask them. Is your CoinMarketMan public to follow? I didn't even know that's an option. But yeah, I am working with them. And I will have a deal coming for you guys soon. So if you want access with that, just be patient. Been following you for a while, Mayne. Thanks for everything, bro. You're welcome. Are you going to be trading FX more? Greetings from Lisbon. Hey, I was just in Lisbon. I loved it. She's on YouTube. Jane is on YouTube. Yeah, I will be trading FX more. I got a few FX pairs here I'm actually going to cover today. So okay, let's get into advice for revenge trading. Don't do it. Simple as that. Okay. So this is ugly. Okay. Very ugly fucking candle that we just closed here on the daily. However, we did catch the move, the exact same as Bitcoin. I gave you guys the drawn liquidity. I said the drawn liquidity is 41.75. I thought we might trade higher up into this 3-day order block, but I said this is the next area of liquidity here. I was hoping we would trade up into this 3-day order block. So now looking at SPX, we got the move up, but instantly, right? If you're watching this if you're trading this live, right? If you see us close a 5-minute candle like this, okay? As soon as we put in a lower low, you got to be closing your long, right? This was signal number one that, oh, this is not looking good, right? Then we traded up. What do we have here? Break in market structure, bearish retest, sold off, right? This was your get the fuck out. Here's your second chance to get the fuck out, right? Break in market structure. You don't even get a good retest there. Consolidate, retest this bearish order block, full retrace. So you had at least 2 or 3 clues here that it's time to close that long, right? I mean, clue number 1 is it fucking hit our target, right? Clue number 2 is the market structure shifted bearish immediately after, right? So clear liquidity grab here above that high. Now, this is an ugly looking setup, I guess, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, this rally is done yet. But I do think we're getting into that resistance, right? Like we're getting into, okay, each of these rallies is what, 20%, 20%, 20%, and then fucking new lows. So we're getting into resistance here. To me, this is very key resistance. We basically have a weekly bearish order block here, and we've SFP'd inside it. So that's bearish. Doesn't mean we can't trade one leg higher, and that's what I'm hoping for, because I want Bitcoin to get that next leg and Ethereum to get that next leg before shorting. So I'm hoping that this still has a little bit of juice, but I don't think this is the end of the recession. Like, do you? You know what I mean? Like, I don't, ooh, I kind of like the thinner box now. I don't think that this is the extent of the recession, right? Like, I think we still trade down into here, right? Into these kind of pre-COVID levels. So this would make sense to be near the top for a bear market rally, right? Getting pretty fucking close. We're getting high time frame divs here. The dollar is also coming into support after a massive sell-off, right? Basically, we saw the dollar top, right? The dollar did this, and equities did this, right? Inverse. So this is coming into scary territory. Very ugly candle close there on the daily. SFP'd these 2 highs. So what I'm looking for now is one more push. I would like one more push on this. Where do I think that push comes from? Well, zooming in, I think we could go all the way down to these equal lows here. Okay. And then get a long back up. Right? So trade lower, equal lows here and here, then get some sort of long back up, or we just pull back within this range, okay, down to 4,000, maybe 39.80, this area here, okay, oops. Right? This area here. So those are the 2 situations I'm looking for, right? Deeper pullback for sure. Do we get something bullish here for me to get on board and along? We'll see. If not, I like the equal lows to get run before a potential next push to the upside. But this is where the lower high likely forms, is somewhere in this area here. And then we're going to have a big correction. That's coming. Right? So whether it's from right here or we get one more push to the upside, the lower high is coming. And that's an ugly candle to start it off with. So definitely something to worry about, right? That kind of candle into high time frame resistance, dollar coming into support after a 2-month-long rally. Definitely time to be cautious. If you're max long equities right now, I would have shaved some exposure by now. But do what you want to do, not financial advice, obviously. And so with that being said, right, we have the same thing happening here on the Dow. I'll add NQ as well. Why not? We'll make it a fucking party. Make it a party. What would this be? US 30, but I want the E-mini. What would the fucking cash tag be for this? DGI? Fuck it. We'll just leave this. Very similar, right? Ran the high into resistance, right? This is where the lower high probably forms on this rally. Okay, so definitely got to be very cautious here on equities. NASDAQ, the weakest of them all, being the most tech heavy, right? And tech's just getting obliterated. But same thing, right? Big SFP into where? Right? Into your high time frame order block. So maybe we get one more push, but I do think we're in the territory on all of these things here where they could be putting in a lower high. And then you have the dollar, right? Looking at the dollar, we've been on this giga rally. Finally are pulling back, and we're into a weekly bullish order block here. We also have this monthly bullish order block here, right? And we have this previous range high. So we were in this range for years. Range high, range low, range high, range low, breakout. Now we're retesting. So even if the macro top on the dollar is in, okay, and this rally is done, because this has been a giga rally, it doesn't mean it's just going to full retrace. From here, we could very much bounce, put in a lower high, and then sell off further back into this range, right? If we trade back into this old range, this is a deviation, and the high is in on the dollar for some time, right? But this bounce alone could be a big enough move on the dollar to line up with the pullback on equities, on crypto, and other risk, right? So you got to be aware that the dollar, as much as you might think that the dollar top is in, we're still coming into support, and it didn't go up in a straight line. It doesn't have to go down a straight line, right? It can have pullbacks, right, and periods of bouncing. So even if this thing's going to full retrace, each of these bounces could line up with a downtrend on risk, right? The other thing to consider is it's not just a one-to-one correlation. It's been very tightly correlated. When the dollar topped, right, bottomed, Bitcoin topped, and blah, 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 and equities, same shit. That being said, we are entering a period of time, right, with the end of this, QT, quantitative tightening, coming close. So we have all of these meetings, right? Everyone's always talking about the meetings. If you've always wondered why does everyone know about CPI and about FOMC, this is a great website. So it will show you all of the major news events that are happening around the world. It will tell you when it is, what currencies or instruments might be affected, the level of impact, right? Low impact, medium impact, high impact, right? So CPI, high impact, right? And it will actually give you what's the forecast, what was the last one, what's the actual. So CPI today was considered bullish. We were expecting 0.3, right? 7.3 year over year. This is month to month. And it was actually only 0.1 and 7.1. So it was all below the forecast, which is bullish in this instance. And you can even click on these and get more info about exactly what they are and what they represent. You can do all that shit, right? So we have FOMC happening tomorrow. High impact. They're going to be talking about the rates. So the last rate hike was 4%. The expected rate hike is 4.5%. So if the rate raised tomorrow, when Powell announces the rates, if it is, this is not the actual, this is not what's raised. So they're pricing in, they're expecting a 0.5 bip hike. Okay. So if he hikes it 0.75, that would be considered bearish, right? Because it's higher than the forecast, right? If it's 0.5, that's what was expected. You could say that's bullish. If it's 0.25, right, that would be really bullish, right? So if it only goes to 4.25, that would look good. But again, you can get all the information on what this is and the dates and the info, all that shit here. Now, what I want to say about this is we've had a lot of more people focus on this kind of macro shit as of late. They're talking about the dollar, they're talking about CPI, FOMC, inflation, stuff that no one was talking about before, right? Now, why I think that this is important is or to touch on is because I don't think people understand that just because they stop raising rates, it doesn't mean that they're just going to start reducing them, right? So if they stop raising rates, because I think they announced the terminus rate, meaning the highest we want the rates to go is 5.5 or 5.25 or 5.75. I don't remember what the most recent one is. He'll talk about it tomorrow, right? Just because we get to that terminus rate, it doesn't mean that we instantly are going to start dropping the rate. We could stay at that terminal rate of 5.5, let's say is what it is, for months, right? Because until they see inflation coming down and the economy improving, they are not going to cut rates. So one part of the QT is the raising of rates, right, to try and combat inflation, right? But once inflation normalizes, it still needs to go down. So that doesn't mean they're just going to drop rates, right? They might keep rates at that terminal rate until inflation gets down to where they want it, 2 or 3%, right? That could take months. It could take 6 months, 12 months. We don't know. So one part of the battle is they just need to stop raising the rates. The second part is inflation needs to start going down, right? And we could be entering a deflationary type of environment where, yes, inflation is going down, but rates remain high. Bond yields are actually coming down now, and equities and everything can still fall further, right? So I just wanted to mention that, right? It's not that easy as like, oh, they're done raising rates, they're going to start lowering them now, and everything's going to be good. This could still take a very long time to unwind, is what I'm trying to say. And looking at this, I just don't think that this is the bottom of the greatest recession of all time. I don't buy it. Sorry, my girlfriend's dog is trying to breathe and it sounds like it's dying. Okay. So, yeah. Links Point says, Trader Mayne, check Twitter DM. I'm going to check right now, bro. So this better be good. I don't know which one you are on here. I've got 20 DMs in the last hour. Is CPI the same as a SFP? Really? Come on, bro. Thoughts on Capo's 1250? Listen, anything is possible. I mean, I think a lot of people are clowning Capo right now because, he's been bearish, right? His engagement is insane to me. I don't know if it's real or not. He'll make a post and he'll have like 1,000 likes in a second. So I don't know if there's a bunch of people who are just sidelined and just hoping it goes lower so they can buy and that's what it is, or if there's bots. I don't know. But if you take anyone's tweets and plot them on the chart, other than mine, because I don't get anything wrong, obviously, you're going to have calls where there were tops and bottoms and they were wrong. That's what trading is, right? And he's been very vocally bearish. And he's been right. But then over this last little while, he keeps saying capitulation's coming and it hasn't happened, right? So I think clowning on him, sure, do whatever the fuck you want. Whether he trades or not is up to him. Who fucking knows? His Twitter game is insane. I wish I got that kind of engagement. I don't know why. I post great shit, but it is what it is. 12.5 is possible, guys. 10K is possible, right? If stocks do this to here, if stocks make another big leg down like this, another 20% drop, crypto is going to eat shit. It's going to eat massive shit. So yeah, 10 to 12K, absolutely possible. We've got that previous, this kind of previous high here. Yeah, 12K, 80%, 85% off all-time high is like 10K, right? So absolutely it's possible. The issue I have with Capo, and I don't mean this in a rude way, is I think with the amount of, he speaks so definitively about things, and the problem is when you speak like that, people are naturally going to be like, well, this guy's got all these likes, and he's been right before. He's saying it's 12.5. I'm going to short now. And then it goes up $2,000. And then maybe it will go down after. So the problem is you can't speak in absolutes. You don't actually know what's going to happen, right? You just got to play level to level and deal with the data as it comes in. But 12.5 is definitely a possible number. I guarantee I had charts showing 12.5 and 10K before Capo did, and any of these guys did. And this is not a shot at Capo, but like this is not like some revolutionary thing. I mean, the guy's account is nuts. I don't know how he gets all those likes. That's crazy, but hey, more power to him, I guess. Something actually potentially interesting here. I'd be very interested to see where the month of December closes. If the month of December closes above 17,605, right? That would be a pretty nice little, right, reclaim. That's just this low, right? Pretty nice little reclaim if we're able to close above here. We'll see. Yes, only a SIP deals in absolutes. All right. Jane, what online content besides ICT did you find helpful in learning to trade? Tons of shit, Jane. Go watch his videos. There's literally thousands of hours of ICT videos. I guarantee you have not watched them, right? So start with one thing and then go from there. Like, Jesus Christ. Please cover the Canada leverage ban. I don't know enough about it to know exactly. I have some people telling me it's old news and that this is already a thing and offshore exchanges are not going to comply anyways, and you'll still be able to trade with leverage. But exchanges that do comply, just like FTX US, if you're a US citizen, you were only trading on FTX US, which had, I think, only like 3x leverage available. Like, these kind of things already exist. There's ways around these things. Obviously, the legality of them is for you to figure out. You know what I mean? You might want to use a little 3-letter word that, let's say, very pertinent notion. What are the 3 main letters, 3 first letters of that? Consider using one of those. Mayne, great video on order blocks. How do you pick out relevant POIs? Do you use volume profile or POCs? No, I don't. I use ranges, support and resistance, and I find POIs, points of interest, right, that are usually at the extremes of ranges or near support and resistance levels. How does your diet look? Do you min-max your sludge meals? Are you eating Adderall candy? I do not take Adderall. I find that Adderall, Dexedrine and stuff, that stuff makes me feel fucked. While I do get into like a crazy flow state and it'd probably be advantageous to me to do it and then bang out some videos and shit, I don't like how it makes me feel, and I don't like the idea of being dependent on a pill to be able to get shit done. Just makes me feel cracked out. All right, I'm going to be muting Jane because she's fucking dumb as shit and asking stupid questions. Jane, you're never getting into my Discord because the idea of having to deal with you more than once a week makes me want to pull what's left of my hair out. Can you bench 315? No, not even close. I think my biggest one rep max on bench was like 245. My bench is not very good. My best lift was deadlift. Senpan, Mayne, I love you, bro. I love you too, bro. Do you scalp? Not really. Not really. Mayne, what level on ES would be a target for you after 41.75? To the upside or downside? Right? Like, I kind of explained my plan. I want to see what we do over the next couple of days. I mean, if we trade up from here, I'm targeting, 42 to 43 into this 3-day order block, right? But I don't know. I'm not in a position right now, so I just gotta see. Like, we got FOMC tomorrow, and this is a wild looking candle. So I don't have a, like, where's your idea wrong if you're long right now? Down here, I guess. Very close to these equal lows. I would rather see a move down here to get long, or at least lower into the range. You plan on giving the money you make on trades towards the SBF GoFundMe bail? No. I hope SBF rots in prison for the rest of his life and never gets out. This guy is a first-time chatter. He says, fuck Canada. Well, fuck you, bro. How about that, bud? Sol going to zero, yeah. When Sam's selling 10% of his supply? I have no idea. I mean, obviously, you know, there's a ton of Solana locked up there. But I don't know. There is stuff happening on Solana, I guess, with NFTs and shit. I don't know. I know a lot of people are still bullish on it. You know, I think the contagion of being, you know, tied to Sam is pretty damning, but you don't get much more. Like, I mean, that's nuts. But like, this is a full market cycle that's happened here. So I mean, if you're gonna buy this thing, right, I think you probably want to buy it, you know, $10 and below. You know, it's probably worth a punt, because it will pump, even though it's tied to Sam. Maybe they have access to a bunch of the tokens. Like, this will pump. I don't know if it'll make a new all-time high again, right? But it will rally at some point. But yeah, that's ugly. Okay, so a couple other things I want to touch on quickly here. Silver, right? Obviously crushed. Posted another entry here. We rallied up. We've now made another higher high, right? So initially we ran this high, pulled back, pushed right back up, and now we've made a higher high, right? So I'm still bullish on silver here. I don't know where the next trade is going to set up, but I'm still bullish for higher prices. I do think that if you longed with me anywhere in this consolidation, you have to have paid yourself something up here. It'd be crazy not to, right? So keep that in mind. Definitely take some off the table. We're into some resistance here, but I'm still looking to get long silver on any pullbacks, right? So if we get now any sort of dip, back down below here and then back above, right? I'm looking to long more, right? I'm still bullish on this thing. I still think silver trades higher. I would love to see silver trade to $30 here. Going to take a long time, but I definitely think, you know, this thing's been, I think the monthly setup, right, is just getting started, right? Like this is just getting started here. So I still think there's a lot more upside on silver. So I'm still looking along on dips, right? So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what the next couple days give us. But yeah, still bullish on silver. Euro USD, right? So this is what I'm talking about here. We have the dollar coming into support, right? What's Euro USD doing? Coming into resistance after a big rally. So the inverse, right? If the dollar's the denominator here, right? There's the top on the dollar, bottom on this. This is now coming into resistance here. Fuck off with that arrow. Coming into resistance. So I'd be looking for reasons to potentially short euro, right? I'm looking for reasons to short euro. We've got this weekly bearish order block right here. Yeah, I'm looking for reasons to short this thing here. So we'll wait and see. No setup yet, but I'm looking for reasons to short euro. Maybe we get back under here. That gives me a trigger. Maybe we make one more high and that gives me the trigger. I don't know yet, but I'm looking for reasons to short euro. I'm looking for reasons to short the pound as well for the same reason, right? It's the exact same chart. The dollar topped, this thing bottomed. We're now coming into resistance. Same trade idea. right? We get back below some of these old highs. That's going to be the trigger to get short on this thing, because I think this could trade back into, we got a lot of, look at this inefficiency here. I bet you at some point in Q1, is that too egregious? I bet you at some point in Q1, we trade back into here. Okay, so whether it makes another high or whatever, I'm looking for reasons to short this back into here. So we'll just leave this. We'll leave this up. We don't need to know. That maybe it makes another high. Maybe it doesn't. This is not precise. It's more just like this is going to trade back to here. So what am I doing? I'm giving you my bias. I think this retraces. Okay? So I'm giving you my bias. Now when you're looking at this chart, you can go in there and say, I'm looking for reasons to get short this thing. Half the work is done for you. Okay? The flip of that, dollar CAD, USD JPY, right? These trade with the dollar because the dollar is the numerator here. So if the dollar's at support, right, we can look at this and say, okay, well, this looks like it's coming into some support as well. And as you can see, it is. So I'm looking for reasons to get long the dollar yen and the dollar CAD, right? So bearish, bearish, bullish, bullish. Okay? So I think this is probably a good place to fucking end this video. I think there was a ton of alpha in this one. Definitely going to be one you want to rewatch. I also suggest you watch yesterday's video and then watch today's analysis of Bitcoin and Ethereum so you can see me make the plan. And then you can see the result of the plan, right? You can see the before and after. So it's not just hindsight being like, look, it's so many people are gonna be like, oh, look, they'll do this, right? See, it bounced and then it went up, right? Or they'll use the replay tool. They'll know that this has already happened, right? They'll know that this has already happened, but then they'll do the replay tool and they'll say, okay, I would buy here. But it's like, well, you already know that it worked, right? Not as valuable as seeing me say, hey, this is where I'm buying here, and my stop is here yesterday, and then on the video today, the chart looks like this. That's much more, I think, beneficial to learning, to see it before it happens, the reasoning why, and then the actual execution of it. But lots of stuff for you guys to, I think, review. Yeah, I think this has been a good video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. Mayne, you are my hairy alpha male. Thank you, sir. Cheers from Habibi. Thank you, sir. Hey, Mayne, is the Crypto Hub channel still a thing? It's been shelved temporarily. We had a bit of an issue with our sponsor, and we also just had an issue with me and Luke not being able to coordinate consistently. But it is something I'd like to get going again because I did enjoy doing the videos, and I think that they were we had good flow and good chemistry. But yeah, all right, guys. So Joao, why do you keep where is Lionel Del Taco? I don't know, bro. I made that joke like 3 months ago, bro. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As usual, I love you guys. I appreciate your support. If you want to support me and the channel, like the video, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, on Instagram. Make sure you're obviously following me on Twitter. Interact with my posts, retweet, leave questions. If you want to join the Discord, the instructions are on tradermayne.com. If you want to support me, use the Prime link in the description. Put in code Mayne50, deposit some money. That's the best way to show your support for me if that's what you want to do. Yeah, look, Jane got out of timeout just in time to ask another stupid question. Jesus Christ. It's like, are you even trying? Like, or are you just intentionally pissing me off? Because if it's intentional, you're doing a great job. Mayne, would you ever mentor someone? Probably not, because I don't think you could pay me enough money to sit there with someone one-on-one. especially because you said you were 17 as well. And the idea of me, a grown man, talking, mentoring a underage kid online, I'm not interested in really doing that. So there's lots of stuff out there that you can pay for. Go watch my old videos. If you want to join the Discord, you'll have more access to me. But I'm not really interested in doing one-on-one mentorships because what would I fucking charge you? Like, what is an hour of my time worth, right? Is it $1,000? Is it $500? I don't fucking know, right? But like, why would I, like, it's a lot, right? For me to sit there for 1 hour and answer someone's questions, that's a lot of money. I would want to do that. Can you come to my home and click trade for me as long as you cook dinner? All right, cool guys. I appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Thank you so much.